Nominations for the position of Speaker of the House are now being solicited. Are there any nominations? The Honourable the Premier.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to put forward to nominate the member for Cape Breton North as Speaker of the 59th General Assembly.
Thank you. Does the honourable member accept the nomination?
I do.
Are there any other nominations? The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I would like to move to second the nomination of the member from Cape Breton North.
The Honourable Member for Richmond.
I concur with the nomination of the Premier and Leader of the Opposition and therefore declare the nomination unanimous.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, I declare the member elected Speaker of the House of Assembly.
Please be seated. Honourable members of the House of Assembly, I do thank the House for the great honour it has bestowed upon me. I'll do my best to uphold the prestige and high tradition of the Speaker's office. I respectfully ask the assistance and cooperation of all honourable members.
Her Honour, the Lieutenant Governor, is without.
Boston Bruins stuff here. Official colors of Nova Scotia become yellow, white, and black. Down,
Her Honour, the Lieutenant Governor. It is the wish of Her Honour that the ladies and gentlemen be seated.
May it please Your Honour, the former Speaker of the House of Assembly has resigned his position. The House of Assembly has proceeded to the choice of a new Speaker and has elected Cecil Clark, member for the electoral district of Cape Breton North, to that office. and by its direction I present him for the approbation of your honor.
I approve of the Speaker whom the House of Assembly has chosen.
Yes. This is a good omen. Yes. Actually, technically does.
The Speaker.
Please be seated. The Honorable the Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I move that Captain Kenneth H. Greenham be appointed Sergeant at Arms of the House of Assembly.
The Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you. I would like to second that nomination.
The Honorable Leader in the House, the Liberal Party.
Mr. Speaker, I concur with the nomination of the Premier and Leader of the Opposition, and therefore declare the nomination of Captain Kenneth Greenham unanimous.
Premier.
Mr. Speaker, it indeed gives me great pleasure to move this motion. Captain Greenham, or Kenny, as we call him here, is justly deserving of this position. Kenny's military service, inclusive of his time in the Corps of Commissionaire, his regular service in the Army, and his service in the Reserves totals over 48 years. For the first time, Mr. Speaker, the long-standing ceremonial duties normally associated with the position of Sergeant at Arms are now combined with the extensive security responsibilities. Such increased responsibilities have found favor in most of our country's legislatures. It is only fitting that Nova Scotia do the same. I would therefore congratulate Captain Greenham, and I would also want to express my gratitude to the All-Party Committee and our former Speaker for their considerable efforts leading up to this appointment. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary-minded, nay. Motion is carried. The Honorable the Premier.
Mr. Speaker, it is with deep regret that my first statement in the House as Premier is to stand in recognition of the life and the tragic death of one of our province's own soldiers, Corporal Paul James Davis of Bridgewater. There was a wave of sadness across our province when news reached us yesterday that this young soldier had been killed while he and his fellow soldiers were on duty in Kandahar, Afghanistan. This is such a tremendous blow to his colleagues in Afghanistan, several of whom were injured in this incident, to his beloved family, and to his friends. Their pain must be unimaginable. It is also a huge loss to our country and to all Nova Scotians. His father noted yesterday just how proud he was of his son's military service, for his brave efforts to keep peace here and abroad. So too are we. On behalf of all Nova Scotians, I send our deepest sympathies to his wife, his children, and to his parents, and to his siblings. We send to them our prayers and hope that the memories that they have of this brave soldier be of some comfort in the days and the weeks ahead. In Corporal Davis's memory, the flags here at Province House and at all provincial buildings in his hometown of Bridgewater are being flown at half-mast. May we at this time also think that about all of our country's armed forces personnel serving overseas, and keep them and their families in our thoughts and in our prayers. Mr. Speaker, following the comments of both the opposition leader and leader in the House for the Liberal Party, I would ask for a moment of silence.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is with deep sadness that I rise today to join the Premier and the Leader in the House of the Liberal Party in extending our condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of Corporal Paul Davis of Bridgewater. It is such an undescribable loss. I know we are all struggling to find words that can provide comfort at this very difficult time. I believe that there is no more noble pursuit than the service of one's country. With that service, however, is the knowledge that the men and women of our armed forces face unspeakable dangers. We honor the important work that they do at home and around the world, but we must never forget the dangers involved in serving one's country in the pursuit of peace and security. It is the selflessness of the men and women of our armed forces that underscores how truly heroic soldiers like Corporal Davis are. Corporal Paul Davis was a remarkable young man who served his country with great distinction. I hope his family finds strength and comfort in knowing that every Nova Scotian shares in their grief. Thank you.
The Honourable Leader in the House for the Liberal Party.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of our leader, Francis McKenzie, and my caucus colleagues, I rise to express our deepest sorrow and sincerest condolences to the family of Corporal Paul Davis. Yesterday, Corporal Paul Davis died in a tragic accident in Kandahar, Afghanistan, serving his country, doing exactly what he wanted to do. It is at times of tragedy such as this that we mourn together, both as a country and as a province. On behalf of the Liberal caucus, we are immensely proud of the passion, dedication, loyalty, and bravery of Corporal Davis. We're equally proud of the men and women who continue to serve in Afghanistan. Each and every day, they put their lives at risk to protect our cherished values of freedom. To Corporal Paul Davis's wife, Melanie, and their two young daughters, Julia and Malia, please accept our deepest sympathies. May you find peace in knowing that your husband and father died a hero. To Corporal Paul Davis's family, his father Jim, his mother Constance, and his stepmother Sharon, we send to you our deepest sympathies as you cope with this terrible tragedy. Jim and Sharon Davis are longtime members of our Liberal family, and the thoughts and prayers of the entire Liberal Party will be with you as we gather for our annual general meeting this weekend. To his comrades in Afghanistan, especially those also wounded in the incident, we send our heartfelt support and thanks as you continue on this very important mission. This is a dangerous mission, but one that is crucial to help bring peace and security to the people of Afghanistan. We share in the thoughts and comments of Jim Davis when we say we are proud of Corporal Davis and we are proud of the men and women of the Canadian Armed Forces. Today, however, we share in their sorrow. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All rise for a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to recognize the Honourable Government House Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, that concludes the business of the day for the House, and I move that the House do now rise to meet again at the call of the Speaker.
Motion is for the House to rise. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. Motion is carried. We'll see you another day. Thank you.